money, man.
What you talking?
Money,
Like he just be
know?
talking. He just be talking to hear himself.
I mean, Kanye do the same thing though.
But we love Kanye around here. Don't talk that shit. Hey.
Now we love Kanye.
Now we
around here.
see what I'm talking about. You keep shooting these niggas bail, man. Stop it.
Man, we love Kanye around here.
Hey, I ain't never say nothing about loving Kanye around here.
I meant we and all me, my personality. It's the we that loves Kanye around
Yeah,
here.
but all right, I can't find the Stephen A. thing, but
Hold on,
yeah.
man, I got you.
I don't know, man. But
I mean, I don't want to spend too much time on this because we pretty much hashed out what we got to hash out.
And I mean, we
Yeah.
will revisit it as the cards continue to
Yeah.
fall.
I don't know, man. Kanye has been doing a lot. Now, if Kanye does what he says he's going to do, then we'll have some love for Kanye around here, a little more love for Kanye around here. If he actually,
Putting jobs in these streets.
if he's
Yeah.
actually bringing Yeezy production to America,
I need a job in the warehouse.
you know
for sure.
shoes going up another $50, but I'd be willing to pay it because it's
Made in
American
America.
union made, probably
Yeah.
not even union, but American made by Americans.
It's Americans making this shit.
I need a,
Yeah,
I,
you
I
know?
need a Kanye factory job. Holla at me.
Oh, what if Kanye was going to the prison to perform
to get the prison
to get
labor.
The yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wow.
Stop it, man.
On his way to Joel
But-
Osteen. Oh.
What if he pays them
Wow.
more than the prison amount?
Oh man.
I don't think you can. Like it's federal. Ain't that like federally mandated what you make in prison?
That's a very interesting question. I don't know who
Interesting question.
decides
But
how
them
much the
niggas get like
prisoners make.
10 cents a day.
Yeah.
What if
it's something
Kanye is like,
crazy.
nah?
I'm gonna give you a quarter.
Right, they
a
make
day.
like 80 cents a day. 40
Right.
to 80 cents a
What
day.
if
or something
Kanye
like that.
come through like, I'm giving y'all $5 a day?
I don't think he can do that.
But see now, but then there's also the Kim Kardashian side of that whole motivation, because you know she's going into the criminal justice and prison reform, and actually becoming a real lawyer. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like him performing at the jail was her idea.
Mhm.
But happy wife, happy life.
So let me ask y'all a
Period,
question,
poo.
because this is what I've been thinking about. Do y'all miss the old Kanye?
Yeah.
Straight from the soul, Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
Set
Chop
on his
up the
goals.
soul, Kanye.
Set on his goals, Kanye.
Yeah.
Do you hate the new Kanye?
I don't know. I can't say that I hate anybody.
Yeah. Hate is a strong
Hate
word.
is a strong word.
It's
Yeah.
a very strong
I
word.
love Kanye, and I also love.
I guess I can dismiss Kanye more easily now.
feel the vibes.
Yeah.
I don't feel those vibes. But
I mean, musically, I'm pretty much done. I mean, given
Okay.
the stance that he's taking, I'm pretty much done with
Right.
Kanye musically.
Now, now my girl, her boss actually put the new album on the
work playlist.
So she's been listening to it, and
Yeah.
she gave me some feedback today. She was like, "Wow, I noticed he wasn't cursing at all. He wasn't talking about worldly stuff. Like she realized it as a person who's just listening to it in the background at work while she's doing other stuff. You know,
Mhm.
she's like, man, it's a clean Kanye. You know."
Yeah.
But then I was listening to Purple Haze, and I was like, man, Kanye, you know what I'm saying? And listening to Kanye on Purple Haze, you're like, man, yeah, he did do songs with Lil Wayne.
I was listening to Late
Beans.
Registration.
And
I was listening. We listened, Breezy. We listened to Yeezus together.
Yes.
It was epic.
Yes.
We'll never hear those words out of Kanye's mouth again.
Here's the thing. I think we will. You know why I think we will? Because this is simply a wrinkle in time.
But if we do,
But peep this.
what happens to all of the new Christians that found their fire because of Kanye and these fiery words?
Man, when it's all said and done, your relationship with God is your relationship with
Uh,
God. You are allowed to grow, and once you come into understanding what it is like your relationship with God and how like your faith and your beliefs, that's one thing. You can't be like, man, Kanye told me God only want this, so I'm gonna do this. And then when Kanye comes to terms with his relationship with God and says, it's okay for me to curse. Okay, God, me and you had this discussion and you feel like it's okay for me to curse. You can't be like mad at Kanye.
Shoot.
'Cause this is his journey.
Shoot him, Bell.
yeah, man.
Shoot him, Bell. Come on, fam.
This
I
is
feel
his
like
journey.
I feel like so I feel like one, Kanye is a general in his own army. He flies this army around the country
Mhm.
every Sunday, connecting with people in different cities and it's a beautiful thing.
He's an evangelist.
And also, yeah, but he's actually
Are you aggressive?
Because it's true.
He actually took the church's money to buy a plane, and he's actually flying the church around every week.
They rode a plane.
Ain't nobody, ain't Joel Osteen ain't
Thanks
doing
to
that.
Kanye's
Joel Osteen ain't
workout
putting the
plan.
congregation on his plane.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Kanye's private jet
that nigga
compared
having a hard
to
time letting people in his church during times of need.
yeah, man, you see Kanye's plane compared to other private jets. Like he has
Yeah.
rows. Like,
So look,
this is a work plane.
I'm just putting it this way, right? And this is why I say you cop and please for him, because it's like when you take it upon yourself as a public figure to make these statements, and you are a person of influence, people are gonna follow based on your inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And we all know this, right? So
what are you gonna say? What?
once you put it into your hands to be an evangelist, when you start backsliding on these tenets that you keep saying, that affects the people that caught their fire because of you.
Yeah.
So
See.
basically, this is a flock that you're shepherding,
Yep.
because if it was a pastor that did that,
Mm-hmm.
his congregation would be in jeopardy.
Are y'all following? So I'm talking about Kanye as a whole. Like, first Kanye, Jesus Walks to Kanye, up until now Kanye. I'm not talking about Kanye
Man.
that just devoted his life to Kanye. Because if you know anything about
To
Kanye,
Kanye.
it's like,
You're damn right,
oh,
man.
fuck.
Damn right.
We not
Freudian
talking
slip.
about- we not
Yeah.
talking about
So-
Kanye that just like was like, I'm 100% devoted to Christ. We're talking about Kanye who has always believed in Christ and always
But somewhere between
stayed true to himself.
somewhere between Jesus Walks and Jesus is King is
Is ultralight beams.
is Kanye's love for Mace and Mace's whole career path and the influence that Mace had on Kanye. You know, like, and I feel like Mace is the only person we can compare Kanye to right now.
Mason
As
Bethel.
far as going from the limelight to, but Mace went up under Creflo Dollar. Kanye
Yeah.
is flying up above everybody and just doing it himself. He got a church with no building. You know, like the only thing his church really has is an airplane. That's
Right.
the only thing
Right.
you
Now-
see them on more than once.
Now, to
You know?
just to
But
Claire-
what happens when Kanye pulls a Mace and goes back to secular music?
exactly, and that's what I'm worried about, because it's like, okay, I don't want to make it sound like you shouldn't be going that hard for Christ, but when you put yourself out there in that way, you run the risk of alienating a bunch of people
You see?
who are trying to find their spirituality.
Yeah, and what I'm, well, not worried. I ain't really worried about them because they're human beings and people are stupid.
I'm worried.
But
I ain't worried.
the reason Kanye has the money he has now is because people still stand in line for the Yeezys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just made $150 million because his company made $1.5 billion. You know what I'm saying? And these, like, if you can generate $1.5 billion off gym shoes, people are worshiping your every word. What you tell them to do, they will do. You know what I'm saying? And he feels this power. You know what I'm saying? When he tells you no one man should have all this power.